Ladies and gentlemen, the word is true. Definition: in accordance with fact or reality. Reality: the world or state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notional idea of them. The only way for the world to know your truth is to speak. And since you're not ready, guess I'm up first. Hello, hello, hello. New people, welcome. And old heads, welcome back. And to everyone, thanks for listening. Um, Sorry it's been a minute since I posted one of these. Probably like the rest of the world. Auntie Rona kind of messed up everybody's plans for all of life. I finally got some privacy, and I'm here with y'all. Good to see y'all again. For those of you who are new, this is Will's Truth. This is where I try to tell my truth as honestly and as authentically as possible. As authentic as a human being can be. This is actually episode 3 of an ongoing series I have called Some of My Favorite Things, where the previous episode I talked about one of my favorite albums of all time, which is Surf by Donnie Trumpet and the Social Experiment. I would highly encourage you to go check that out after you check this out. But so this a little bit about this series. For those of you who are new, I started this series so I could essentially talk about some of the most influential, songs, artists, albums, TV shows, and movies that kind of helped me shape me into who I am today. I've mostly been doing music right now, but I'm getting ready to get into some of the other genres. I won't spoil it here. You'll be getting that real soon. Now that I'm finally got a little bit more foundational. Kind of the wave of Corona is kind of. It's not gone, but I'm in the boat now, and I'm like I gotta drive it. I got all this free time. Let's get to grinding. So you finna get more content now that I got more time. They cut my hours at work. More time with you guys. You guys are lucky. You're welcome. I'm just messing around, but seriously, for those of you who are new, if you like what you hear, whatever platform you listen on, whether you're listening on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, all I need you to really do is hit the subscribe button or the notification button, the like button, the follow button, whatever button you see to keep you informed on what's going on. Hit it, and that's all I really need from you at this point. You can support my podcast, but I'll put that link somewhere. You'll see it. But yeah, for now, just follow, like, and also share this on your social medias, and don't be afraid to follow me. I'm Will's Truth 7 on all social media platforms. That's WILLSTRUTH, the number 7 on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check me out. And I think that's all the formalities. So we'll pretty much just get into the meat of it. So you're probably curious what the podcast is going to be about today. So I had this picked out a while back, but once again, Auntie Rona kind of messed up my plans. So we're getting back into the groove. I'm going down my list of my favorite albums of all time, and now we're at this is probably the newest one I've talked about. I say new. This album's a year old. But let me stop messing around. The album we're gonna be talking about today is IGOR by Tyler, the Creator. And a little bit about him. This album, it released May 17th, 2019, and it did very well. It, number one something, one of the number ones. He opening one up number one. He was one of the number ones. I'm not doing good research, but and it did very well critically, and it did very well critically, and the reviews, people really liked it. Everybody except for DJ Khaled, because he topped his album, and that's all the information I really brought to the table. But Tyler himself, he has said that like this is the most confident he's ever been about an album. Like he knew he had something good going on. Which and a little bit about little context. He said like this is the first album where he didn't really worry about like what was cool, what was popular, what he thought people liked. He just did him, and it kind of speaks for itself. I've noticed that with music a lot. I love when, like, because an album's gonna be great when, like, an artist says, I stopped worried about what everybody thought and I just made what I. Whenever they say F it, it's always their dopest album. Every time they do that, it's I just stopped caring what other people thought. That's when an artist is about to go stupid, and that's exactly what Tyler did. And well, I guess and yeah. Also, for those of you who are new to the podcast, what I kind of do here is I start with a little introduction, then we kind of get into the meat of it. I talk about a couple of the songs while I listen to them, and then I'm not good at this. Everybody's supposed to listen to it. Just to reiterate, this is a listen along series where or either you can listen to the songs the same time as I do. I'll let you know what song I'm going to listen to, and then you can so that you can follow along, and then after that. Option B is you can either listen to the album beforehand or you can listen the same time as I do. I can't put the audio in the podcast because they're gonna take my money if I do that. But but yeah. So that and then I'll finish with some reflection on my thoughts and my experience with the album towards the end. So that's pretty much. So now we're at the part where we listen to the album. So I'm not going to listen to the entire album just so we won't be here for 3 hours. I picked out some not really my favorites, but the ones that are best for really like talking about. So up first, we're actually going to talk about it's one song. Well, the first song we're going to talk about is the one off the rip, which is IGOR's theme. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a quick listen. Okay, just some quick context. I remember when, before the album came out, he released, from what I remember, it was trending at the time on YouTube, but he had released IGOR's theme, like, before the album came out. And when I first saw it, first, I wasn't the biggest Tyler, the Creator fan before this album came out, but I saw it and I was like, well, I really love to see you again. But that was my only experience with him at that. Well, I'll get into it a little bit later. But yeah, so I heard it, and then I heard the and I immediately shut it off. I thought it was one of those things where, like, artists release a sound. Do you think it's their new album or their new song, but they're just like promoting merch or something? So I shut it off, and then I saw it, and I was like, this thing keeps going up in the trending. So let me give it one more go. And then I still didn't really like it until very recently, but now I really like IGOR's thing because it's a very good, and it's pretty much letting you know your boy about to go off. Essentially, that's what he's saying. I really love, like, this is how you know he about to go stupid. When a great album's about to go stupid, they tell you in the intro, not literally, but he literally told you. He said, "Riding around town, they gonna feel this one. Good. Riding around town, they gonna feel this one. Look, hey, you talking to your boy, you hit him, you're like, hey man, they gonna feel this one." Like he knew. He knew. He knew this jump about to go stupid. But I listened to an interview he did about the album, and I thought it was really interesting and something I really relate with. He says he tends to, like, not focus completely on the lyrics, and he'll get lost in, like, the music of the song sometimes, that he'll forget to, like, listen to the song, and, like, it's like, oh, I didn't even pay attention to the lyrics, which is something I do I really relate to, because I do that all the time. It'll be like a super upbeat song, and I'll just listen. I'm like, this is such a sad song, but the lyrics are happy. Like, it's kind of like contradictory, like, or like the music will be like melancholy, but like they'll be like talking about some real depressed stuff, and I won't even notice for like 10-20 listens. I'm like, wait, this is sad. Because I get so caught up in the, like he always says, the chords and the bass lines and the drums and the kicks. You know what I'm saying? That's something I do all the time. So I thought that was interesting when he said that. But he also said, it's not like he ignores it or like he doesn't ever notice it, but it's just something that he tends to do. And he's also really obsessed with chords. Like, that man loves some chords. I love chords too. I understand chords are fantastic, and I didn't realize how good on the keys he was. Like, in this interview I heard he said, he was like, they were talking about a different song, and and then the dude interview was like, you just play. He's talking about the chord progressions and stuff, and he was like, Did you play it on the keys? And that boy just walked over to the keys and just threw it down. I was like, where did he get so? He making Tyler make me want to hop on the keys, man. I want to get good on the keys, man. Let's continue with this listen. Oh, that's my favorite. That's probably my top top 3 favorite things he did on this album was when it gets slow and then he goes, yeah. Like that junk goes stupid, man. It's just so you can feel he's trying to make I love it when like you can feel when like an artist he making a statement like you're not even ready for what this album's about to do. Like I love that. And another thing I really love about Tyler the Creator is he says it all the time. He's very meticulous, he's very serious, he's very detailed, but like he ain't trying to be that deep with his stuff. That's a big thing in music. People always analyze stuff word by word, letter by letter, chord by chord, phrase by phrase, thinking there's some deep. I hate that Illuminati stuff. Like stuff is bigger than it is. They trying to say something about something. And Tyler Creator's like, ain't that serious? I just like something and I worked hard and I made it. Like the wig that he wears, IGOR. If you don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, but he wears a blonde wig whenever he performs. And this dude interviewing him was like, what's up with the wig? And he was like, I don't know, it just look cool. And I was like, I best with that, like, cause I'm so sick of like us always thinking these people, they're just humans. People are just humans. Maybe sometimes we just do stuff because it feels good and it's cool. And a lot of times that's really like a lot of the stuff that people think really is deep really comes from like very simple sources, and the law of coincidence really do be working in people's favor sometimes. Like they'll be like, man, is that an allusion to the Egyptian pyramids and the power of ancient civilizations and blah blah blah? And then you can tell in the person's face when they're like, yeah, it is. And it's just like a whole bunch of coincidence. But yeah, so I didn't really talk much. Did I talk much about that song? IGOR's theme is the song we're on. I think I pretty much said all that needs to be said about it. Man, Tyler the Creator goes. I'm still on IGOR's theme, by the way, guys. But this brother goes stupid on the keys, bro. This dude goes stupid on the keys. He just going in. Recently he came out a video of him just like I don't know where he is, but he's like in the middle of I don't know, somewhere cold, and he just got a hat on. He just vibing to the key. That boy, he hop on the keys. He be going stupid, bro. He be going stupid on the keys. I know I already said that, but like he goes so stupid on the keys. It's ridiculous, especially the ending part of IGOR's theme. Like, and then like he said, I got my eyes open. That boy woke, man. He ready to go. He loves cars, so I'm gonna use a car analogy. Like the car full of gas, he ready to roll, boy. Man, this dude is stupid. Another thing I really love about Tyler the Creator is you can never really have him figured out. You never really know for sure what he's gonna do next. Like he's just too unpredictable, and that's what I really like about him. You can't really peg what he's gonna do, and he has such an abstract lifestyle. Like he just does whatever he feels like, which is something I really respect. Like he likes something, he does it. He don't like something, he don't do it. It really ain't that deep with Tyler the Creator. Like if I'm being honest, it's deep because he puts a lot of work into it, but it ain't that deep. I feel like it really ain't that deep, and I'm not even saying that's a great thing. Sometimes it don't need to be that deep. Sometimes stuff is just good. But like on the synth, he just goes so stupid on this album, bro. It just be licks. Like he'll just have licks. Like all the music cut out, he just be having licks that just go stupid, like some 80s or 70s stuff. He's on that Childish Gambino stuff, like that old school, like just vibing. Got the brass in the room. You just vibing and kicking it, man. Oh man, this dude goes stupid. It went on song 1. I'm already hyped up. Okay. But that's pretty much IGOR's theme. IGOR's theme is a great intro to the album. Really sets the tone, like no joke. That's probably really preachy, but whatever. So let's get into the next song, which is the most iconic song on the album. You probably know it's Earthquake with an F. Earthquake. So let's get into it. Okay. First thing, Earthquake is an amazing song. I don't know what it is, but like You can feel the love, you can feel the quality. Like, it's an amazing song. I love Charlie Wilson's little licks he have in here just in the background. I love when Charlie Wilson and Tyler the Creator get together because they do some good stuff. Anytime they get together, it's gonna be stupid. And then Playboy Cardi, I think this is his greatest lick he'll probably ever do. You can't top. That's not even like saying a bad thing. Like, if that was my best lick, I'd be like, okay, I can retire with the title. Like, he steals the whole song. And I think that's one of my favorite things that I really respect about Tyler the Creator. He says this a lot, but he really, like, he wishes that he had like a more singy voice instead of like the deep baritone, because that's what he likes to write for, is those kind of high singing kind of singy songs. And so to counteract that, he kind of treats himself and like the other people who feature on his work, he treats them all individually as like almost like paints on a canvas, like each one is just one paint, each one goes in a specific spot, instead of like you being, let's just say the average artist, the background, the white background is the artist, and then the features and stuff are paint that you put on it, but like the main canvas is the main artist. I feel like Tyler the Creator is more like he put himself in the little paint jar with the rest of the paints, and he's just like wherever he needs to be, he put himself there. But if somebody else needs to be somewhere else, he gonna put them there, even if it kind of takes the shine away from himself, which is one thing. Because I guess I'm trying to say he's more worried about the project than it being his project, like his song. He's more worried about the song being great than him being it being his great song, if I'm making any sense. I feel, and that's one thing I really respect about him, because he does that a lot. Like, it'll be songs like where like he don't come in till like later in the song, like he'll be at the end of the song, you barely have anything in there, but it's just like he knew deep down that was what was best for the song. And to bring it back to Playboy Cardi, that man went stupid, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know. that man went. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it feels right. It just feels right. And I feel like that's the most important thing in music. It don't matter the scientific whatever. I said scientific. The musical, mixolydian, whatever, Ionian, your scales and whatnot. As long as it feels good, it's good in music, because they tried to do that to us back in the day with jazz and even rap. It felt good, so we did it, and it was like, I don't like it, it's not real music. Well, forget it. Who cares what you think? That's exactly what Tyler said. F it. And a little context, he said the reason he named it Earthquake because an actual earthquake was going on. And then when he says, don't leave, it's my fault, it's like fault lines, like earthquakes. I was like, oh, that's so cheesy. I love it. Like, and well, another thing I really like about this album is like, you can really feel the pain in his voice. Like when he says don't leave a lot in this album. That's how you know, like, there's some heartbreak going on in this album. For a little context, I think apparently like it's about him liking a dude, but a dude wants to get back with his girl, but like doesn't want to be with him anymore. So I think that's the whole discography, top to bottom, is kind of like going through the stages of heartbreak and falling in love and then moving on. I think that's the main arc, so to speak. But yeah, that it kind of took me a minute to catch it at first. But yeah, he's really telling like it's really like, the stages of grief. I feel like this is like the stages of love and losing love, if that makes any sense. But yeah, back to Earthquake. It just, and then he said like this is one part, like after like I think this is what he was talking about. But there's a part after Playboy Cardi, he uses a chord progression that just goes stupid after Playboy Cardi goes in, and then like the dude interviewing was like, you only use this it's so interesting that most times if something's like really fantastic, they'll put it like when they come back to the main theme, they'll like put it in a couple times in the song, but he only put this chord progression in there once, and that junk goes stupid. It goes stupid. Like it's just fantastic. Like go listen right now. Pause it. Well, after I tell you the instructions, pause it. Listen to the Playboy Cardi part, and then listen to the chords after the Playboy Cardi part. I bet, bro, that junk goes stupid, bro. Like, it's just a dope song, man. It's so catchy. It's exactly why everybody love Redbone. It's got that old nostalgic but new. It's bringing something new to the table but paying homage to the old heads. Like, Tyler Creator, he's got some weird tastes. And I'm saying that in the most respectful and envious way possible. Like, he's into some different stuff, like weird abstract stuff from the 70s and 80s and stuff. I looked up a couple of samples and I was like, what are these songs? And like, nobody else would have heard that and said, I need that in my album. But he did. Like, he's got one of the minds. But I think that's enough on Earthquake. Let's get into the next song that I wanted to talk about. Well, first I want to finish listening to it, no cap. So give me a second. If it's my fault. Okay. And one more thing before we get off Earthquake. I really love the ending when it's just like him just saying, don't leave, it's my fault. Like, you really feel that. Like, don't, like, he's really like saying, don't leave, is my, on that part, he's just saying it, don't leave, it's my fault. You got Charlie Wilson in the background doing his oohs, and then ooh, woo, woo. Man, you can feel the passion and the energy in this jump, boy. Like, that man, somebody broke Tyler's heart, man. So whoever this dude was, how dare you? I don't know what he did. Maybe he didn't do anything. I don't know. But you hurt that man. That man hurt forever. That man, you broke that man for real. But okay, that's enough on that song. So now, let's get into the next song, which is I Think. Once again, follow along, listen along, pull up albums. IGOR, if you're just tuning in, I don't know why you would be, but IGOR, we're on the song I Think. So give it a listen right now if you haven't already, and we're gonna talk about it once I get done. So wait. Okay, first of all, this song I Think. First of all, I've been listening to this album for years straight, like non-stop. And each time I hear it, I just fall in love with the album all over again. Like, I can listen to this for another week straight. I think I'm gonna listen to this for another week straight, because this song just goes stupid, man. Like, the song I Think. Like, this song literally teleports you to, like, it's 1975, and, like, you in the club, and then, like, you just, like, meet your grandpa or whatever, and y'all just party in the club. Like this jump feels like this song feels like it's in the wrong era, bro. And I love that. That jump is cool. Like, I'm not very good at like breaking down lyrics and whatnot, so I won't try to go too deep because I'm not good at being deep with lyrics. But you know, I think at this point, I guess he's saying he met the person that's getting ready to break up with him later in the album, and I think that's what this song is about. Like, he's like, oh, I think I'm falling in love because they just met or something. And he seemed to be very addicted to this person. Like, he said, I'm your puppet, you're Jim Henson. For those of you who don't know, he's a puppeteer. He did Kermit and whatnot. But this dude hooked hard, boy. Like, no wonder he wrote an album about this dude. This dude was hooked in hard, boy. He was hooked in. He was falling in love for real. I just love, and then hold on, let me listen to the bridge. He about to. Oh, this shit goes stupid. Ooh, he said, man, he took it to the bridge. He went to the bridge, and this song goes stupid. I've said stupid 100 times. I don't know any better words for it. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, the bridge is ridiculous. Cause he said in the interview he like tried a whole bunch of stuff. He put Solange in the bridge, but then he decided to, like, instead of overcomplicating it, he made it simple, and he just cut it. Yeah, listen to the bridge right now. If you listen to the bridge, that junk goes stupid, bro. He said, take him to the that junk. And it's just like him in the synth, and in this lick. I love this lick, boy. He said it goes. I'm gonna sing it for you, okay? You ready? Okay. It goes, woo. I didn't encapsulate it at all. I may or may not keep that in, but it just goes stupid. It's like, and then the bass goes, and then oh man, and then he just brings it back in. He cuts the he said silence. I think I'm falling in love. That just goes stupid, bro. This man went crazy, bro. It's just he making moves. We playing checkers, he playing chess. No cap, man. Like, This dude is going crazy on this jump. Okay, let me keep listening. Oh my god, the ending. Ugh. We're only 2 songs in, and this album's just going stupid. Like, it's ridiculous. It's not even funny. Like, how great this album is. This jump, like, it's on the list. It's on the list. Like, when like my son turned like 12 or 13. I mean, he gonna hear this jump before that. But like, it's gonna be one of them albums. I'm like, let's sit down. It's time to listen. I'm gonna throw that. I got a list. I made a list for this podcast. But yeah, it's so good, man. It's fantastic. This is really, like, especially like doing research for this album and hearing Tyler the Creator's creative process. Like, I really just want to learn how to play the keys now, because he makes that look fun, boy. Like, he just be doing whatever. I know that sounds bad, but it's not. Like, he just, and his creativity, he you never know what he's gonna do. It's so creative. It's unbelievably creative. But yeah, I think that was my obviously Earthquake was my favorite because it was everybody's favorite. But then my next favorite was I Think when I first listened to this. I don't even know what's my favorite now because okay. And then the next thing is just like a snippet. It says exactly what you run from, that's what you end up chasing. Which in love, that's very true. And yeah, that's just true. That's just too true. But after the little thing, we next song we're gonna get into is which song should I do? Okay, we're gonna do Running Out of Time. Okay, Running Out of Time. That's the next song we're doing. You ready? You set? Get ready, get set, get ready, get set, get ready, get set. Get ready, get set, get ready, get set, get ready, get set, get ready, get set. Here we go. Running Out of Time. It's not as unbelievably impressive, but I still love it all the same. It's probably mostly because of nostalgia. But oh yeah, before I get into Running Out of Time, one thing I almost forgot. He said, Tyler the Creator said when he was making I Think that he really just started with the chords, and the song just kind of just like built itself around that, which I thought it was interesting. That's all I had to say. But anyway, Running Out of Time. Yeah, I just love some parts in this song. Like, you can really feel. I mean, I know I said this earlier, but it's really hammered home in this song. You can really feel when it's really just about pain and emotion. Like, when he's saying "Run Out of Time," he just something about repeating words really makes it have an impact on you. Like, running out of time to make you love me. It's a simple set of words, but the way he portrays it, it just has so much emotion in it. And then another part where I'm not gonna say it right, but when you hear it in context, it hits me like a wave, literally. Like he said, I found peace in drowning, and then the synth like boo 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 boo. This one just has a lot of pain in it, which it's good. It's good vibing music. Like this song, this is good vibing song for vibes. It's not really for the party. It's for this song's for your headphones. And it's the repetition. How many times did he say "Run Out of Time"? He said that so many times. It really seeps into your soul after a while. Like, you can feel that job. Like, when you feel like the doors are closing in a relationship, like you can see it happening, but there's really like nothing you can really do. Like, you really feel you're running out of time. You're running out of time. But anyway, there's not much to say on that song. So we're just gonna keep moving it forward. Love it, but I don't have I'm gonna skip a couple songs in here, not because I don't like them, but like I said earlier, some of these I just don't really have good talking points for. So we're gonna skip New Magic Wand. I advise you still listen to this entire album. If you want me to just do all the songs, just let me know. But for now, I'm not gonna do every single song just for time's sakes, and I want to keep it entertaining. I don't want me to get sleepy sitting here for when you sit down for like 2 hours, your body's like, are we taking a nap or not? Like, if you feel me on that? But we're gonna keep it going. So we're gonna skip New Mag Just One, still give it a listen, and then we're gonna do A Boy Is a Gun. So here we go. Okay, something I haven't given enough credit to is the bass line. The bass lines in this album, fantastic. I don't know how much is he brought doing to the studio, how much of it is sample, but still the bass lines in this song specifically, "A Boy Is a Gun." Whoever running the bass going stupid, and then you can kind of feel like the relationship for lyric breakdown seems like the relationship's kind of falling apart. I'm not sure what "A Boy Is a Gun" means. It's something probably about he probably explains it, but I ain't pay attention if I'm being honest. Maybe he's saying like he uses him like a gun or something, or, he's just a tool to him or something. I don't know. But what was I gonna say about this song? I forgot. Hold up. You know what? If I'm being honest, I thought I had more things to say. It's really everything I loved about the previous songs I love about this song. The singing is great. I don't know who's singing here, but like the singing is fantastic. The beat is fantastic. The piano, the synth is fantastic. It just all sounds good. And I think it's because this song is starting to make that slow descent into sadness and madness that he's doing. The beginning was like kind of like club music, and then now he's trying to like really getting into it. Like things are getting out of hand. Is that the ship, the Titanic? Titanic was doing great. We were sailing, had nice food and stuff, had a good time. We partied. But now the iceberg is kind of ripped, and it's like it's sinking, but it ain't sinking yet. But it's sinking. Oh, it's sinking. Yeah, this is definitely more. This is becoming my new word, intimate. This is becoming my new podcast word. Is intimate. But yeah, I don't want to waste your time. I don't have anything else to say about "Boy Is a Gun." Let's see. What song should I do next? Okay, I know what song I want to do now. Okay, so the next song we're gonna do is we just did "A Boy Is a Gun," right? Yeah, we did. So we're gonna do "Puppet." You ready? All right, "Puppet." It's the next song. Get in, click in, sit in, bid in. Here we go. I guess one thing I never really noticed about this is as the album goes on, it really does change, and the style that he's going with is really changing and evolving, because as he keeps going deeper into it, and as the relationship is falling more toxic and starts falling apart, Puppet, he's kind of talking about how like they have all the control, you do whatever they say, and the sounds he's using are a lot more darker, less upbeat, and fun. I guess because that's how relationships go. Everything's all fun at first, and then shit hits the fan. You know what I mean? But I find that really interesting. And then in another interview he did, he was talking about how a lot of people took when he was talking about like being obsessed and talking about whatever you say. I don't know if this is my free will or yours. Like people thought that was an analogy for drugs, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it is. It's very close." That's another one of those things where like you just fortune favors the prepared. That's the phrase. Is that the phrase? I don't know. Let me know if it isn't. These are my notes from Surf. These aren't even the right notes. But I find that very interesting, and I like this song. This song is a little bit more complicated too. Like it's not as he's got a lot of moving parts in this song, and it's definitely got a more darker, serious tone, which I actually really like. And he's also starting to rap a lot more also. And another thing I thought that was really interesting that he had said in a previous interview was there was some parts that he had from like the Wolf days and like other previous albums that like beats and stuff that just weren't right for what he was making, that he decided to put on this album. And when he was asked why, he said, as an analogy, he said, "I love cinnamon, but you can't put it on your spaghetti." And I was like, all right, and hey, couldn't have been better than myself. And that's one thing I really like about Tyler the Creator is like he really like grows as he goes on. But I'll get into that after after the song breakdowns. But let's see. Man, this song is dark. I never noticed it until I like really gave it a solid listen. But especially now I've looked at the album cover. Look at the album cover real quick. If this album cover don't describe Puppet, I don't know what does. Like, just this boy is hurt, man. Oh my gosh. He had this ambulance sound going at the end of Puppet. Like, this dude got messed up, boy. Oh my gosh. But Puppet's cool. I love Puppet. I love this whole album. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Let's see. Let's listen to, we got 2 more songs left. We're skipping What's Good, and then we're going straight into Gone Gone / Thank You. So let's give that a listen. Here we go. These are the breaks. Okay, so I just listened to the Gone Gone half. Back into the overarching story of the IGOR music universe. The relationship is falling apart. It's about time to dip. His love is gone. And yeah, definitely, this is another one of them songs where like you can feel the emotion. Like he like, that love is gone, boy. It ain't coming back. Sorry, brother. That love gone, man. He don't love you no more. I don't know if he's sad or the other person sad, but you know, it's starting to rip up. And the singing, I can't never tell, because you know Tyler will pitch up his voice. I can't tell whether it's him singing or somebody else is singing or he's singing or if it's Kanye. I don't know who it is. He ain't put no features on his job. He said who was on it, but he didn't say who was doing what exactly. Because he be pitching people up and down all the time. It's hard to tell who's on the album. I guess that's part of the fun. Once again, like I said earlier, he treats everybody's voice, even himself, as just like a single paint in the grand canvas that is his music. But let's keep it listening. Let's keep it trucking. Here we go. Let's listen to the other half. Okay, side note. I just realized he doesn't do a lot of rapping in this album. For it to win Rap Album of the Year, there's like little to no rapping at all. And the Grammys are racist, man. I swear. It don't make no sense. How you gonna give this album? This album isn't. I don't even know what it is. What do you call it? Pop? I guess it'd be pop. Cause all pop isn't a style. Pop is just popular music. It depends on the era. Like, I feel like this should have won Best Pop Album. Who won Album of the Year? Was it Billie Eilish? I don't know. I'm not gonna say she's bad because I haven't listened to any of her music, but I don't know. She's probably great. Tyler the Creator really likes her. I'm not a fan of the whisper singing, but hey, I'm just one person, and she's got millions of fans, so I'm irrelevant. So whatever. She need to do her, but I got off subject. But the point is, I feel like this was the best album to come out of 2019. It was fantastic. And to just, you know, it felt like they just gave it to him. They just gave him Rap Album of the Year just to be like, we can't let this great album get nothing, but we don't want to give it one of the great titles, you know? It's like, this doesn't even, it's not that it was even better than all the other rap songs. It just wasn't anything like the other songs. It's ridiculous. And what the heck is an urban contemporary album? What is that? That's not a genre. That's Negro. That's what it is. As Tyler said, he said Negro. Urban. That's Negro. The other N-word. That's Negro music. That's what that is. Beyonce won Best Urban Contemporary. How many of those did she win? She probably won a lot. Because they didn't want to put her in the Album of the Year categories and whatnot. Because they want to do my girl dirty. Let my girl Beyonce win the album she deserves. Y'all trying to give urban contemporary rap out. That ain't no rap album. That's not what IGOR is. It's not even a rap album. And that's not even dogging rap album. Because I'm one of rap's biggest fans. But, you know, it is what it is, and it's not what it's not. And it's not a rap album. Tyler Creator is not a rapper on this album. He raps stuff, but there's singers. There's some people who are in other categories who have more features, technically more time of rap in their albums than Tyler had in this entire album, and his is in the rap album category. What does that say? I think they said Ed Sheeran. He had more rappers than Tyler the Creator and more rap time of rappers rapping, but his is like not, and his is, I don't know. And I know the way I'm saying it makes it sound like rap is like a demotion, but it's not. It's just not the appropriate category. Rap is for people who are majority rapping in their album. If you're majority singing, you shouldn't be in the rap album. And don't throw them in the urban contemporary album. Whatever. What is a contemporary? Can somebody tell me what a urban contemporary is? What is that? Is that city? I don't even know. I can Google it. Hey Siri, what's the definition of contemporary? Forget it. Siri's useless. But you get my point. But I forgot. What was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. Thank you. We're listening to the thank you half of IGOR. Okay. Off the bat, it sounds so mysterious. I love it. It sounds so ominous. It's got these weird synth noise. It sounds like Tron Legacy. Have y'all seen that movie? That movie's fantastic. But that's what it sounds like. Sounds Daft Punk. That's what it sounds like. The second half, that's what it sounds like. And the second half has a really rock and roll kind of vibe with these guitars. But he changes up the flow so quick, there'll be a rock. This album, I don't even know what you put it. I'm not even gonna put that on Grammy. He did so much with this album. I don't know what genre this should be in. I'd probably throw it in rap too. Now that I think about it for a minute, what you gonna do with this? I'll throw it in pop. Whatever. I'll throw it in pop. Yeah, it should win. It's interesting. I like it though. I like the things I complain about is I'm complaining because I like it. I know it doesn't make any sense, but who cares? You tuned in, so listen. You know, I'm willing to admit it. I'm an adult. Some of the song I don't have the right words. I'm not eloquent enough to describe why I love this part of the song. I don't know. It's just weird. It's different. I can't really describe it as concrete as something like earthquake or like I can't describe in exact words why I like it. And maybe that's why I like it. Maybe it just goes so far over my head, you know, that I can't. I don't know. It's just good. It's I don't even know. I don't even know what words to use. But I think we've had enough. I've had enough. Why? That's how you know your boy tired. But we're gonna finish this thing off with the last song, which is one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Top three. Well, I'll list my top three, but this is in there. And then this is the very last song of the album. We're gonna skip because I don't love you anymore, and we're going straight into Are We Still Friends? So are you ready? Here we go. Tune in. Yeah, Are We Still Friends is another one of those songs that just teleport you, man. And it's really it's a great ending. This album's got a great start and a great ending. Cause there's no other way to end it. Are we still friends? That's the question that you ask. Are we still friends? That's hilarious. That's really how it ends. Are we still friends is something you ask after you ain't talked in a minute. Oh man, that's funny. But seriously, yeah, it's a beautiful finish to the album. The bass line, and then the pleading he does in this album, I love it. I don't know why, but it's just like you asking, because it's almost like it's what you want to say, but you keep it inside. Like it's what you saying in your mind. That's what a lot of this pleading sounds like. Are we still friends? Can we be friends? he just keeps it rolling, boy. He trying to, it's like it's over, but you still got a connection to that person. So you like, we still friends? Oof! I just heard there's like a bridge part where like he stops singing and he just like plays, and like there's this part with some orchestra. I don't know if it's like one of them orchestra buttons on a beat machine or whatever, but like that John sounds good. Either way, like that John sounds good. It sounds fantastic. It sounds like a movie. Like the little bridge part, if you know what I'm talking about. Like he says, "Are we still friends? You say forever," and then he cuts, and then he's it's just like them somebody playing guitar, and it's like pew, 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 and he's like meow, 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 meow. that done goes stupid. And then he kicks it up to 11. That man goes, no, 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 no. And then that's when you bring the whole, you bring everybody in. We finna finish strong, boy. That's what I love that part, man. That's what it is. He said, la 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 la. Ooh, that junk goes stupid, boy. Cause then everybody comes in. It feel like he pressed every button on the keyboard. Was like, wow, are we still friends? Oh, that's my that's one of my favorite lines in the whole thing. I found peace in drowning, and then there's this, and he said, what did he say? I don't want to end the season on a bad episode. Nah. Ooh. Try to keep it clean, guys. Try it at least. Ooh, man, that joint. Ooh, I don't want to end the season on a bad episode. I felt that, man. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like any relationship feels like ending a season on a bad episode. And you trying to clean it up, towards the end, but it's like the deed's already done. It's a wrap. It's over. That's really all it is. The saying, can we still be friends? That's all you're really trying to do, is trying to finish the season on a good episode, but it's too late. Season's over. That's real. And I really like that. Yeah, Are We Still Friends? I love listening to that song. I don't know why, but it's a good song. This whole album is great. But yeah, that's pretty much IGOR. Besides the songs I left out there, yeah, that's pretty much the meat of IGOR. Man, I love that album. And now is my favorite part. I talk about the artist's effect on me and my development as a fan of music. And I guess we should start at the beginning. My first subconscious interaction with Tyler, the Creator, was really, where was I? I was in high school, maybe 2013, 2014 maybe, and I saw an Odd Future sweatshirt, and I was like, what does of mean? And why is it a donut? Like, that could be a whole nother discussion in himself, the social long-term impact of Odd Future. But that was my first, I was like, I mean, it's cool, I guess. But that was the thing about me growing up. The people who liked Tyler, the Creator, I didn't really like them. So I didn't really have a good avenue to his music. And also, even if I did hear his music in great detail, I wouldn't have liked it. I know myself in high school, I didn't like Tyler, the Creator. I liked a little bit of Earl Sweatshirt, a little bit. I did mess with a couple Earl Sweatshirt songs in high school, but I didn't know anything about Odd Future, Tyler, the Creator. And it wasn't until probably around that same time, somewhere around there. I don't know when Adult Swim picked it up, but my first real experience with Tyler, the Creator was Loiter Squad, that midnight show on Adult Swim. And younger me was very strict on what shows I watched. I was, Adult Swim, I was like, Family Guy, ignore whatever was coming on before, wait for Family Guy, wait for Cleveland Show, wait for American Dad, and then we go to bed. I don't really go to bed, I just fall asleep on the couch. And then I'd wait, and then one night I woke up, and it was like 1 in the morning. I was like, what am I looking at? And why am I having a good time? Because normally that kind of zany, wacky kind of stuff I'm not into. I wouldn't say I'm not into, but normally it annoys me. Adult Swim after 12 o'clock normally gets on my nerves. But something about Loiter Squad, I really messed with it. I liked it. It was because it was black dudes just having a good time. Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, them brothers having a good time. So that was my first. I knew he was an artist, I guess, but I didn't really listen to his stuff. But fast forward a little bit more. Maybe 2018. I was walking with my friend, shout out to Key, and we was talking about if we could work with any artist, who would it be? And I said Chance the Rapper. That was back when I was a mega Chance the Rapper fan. And she said Tyler, the Creator. I was like, Tyler, the Creator? I was like, what that dude do? The Loiter Squad dude? He ain't no genius. Why would you want to work with him? And I thought that was so funny. And then she made a playlist for me, and it had "See You Again" on there. That's from his previous album before that one. I'm not gonna get into too much detail because I want to make that its own episode. someday, not immediately, but yeah. But yeah, I was like, is this Tyler Craig? I was like, who is this? This ain't the weird the deep voice dude talking about nasty stuff and weird things. I was like, who is this? And I didn't really dig much deep into it. I didn't listen to the whole album till later on, which I'll talk about at a later date. But then after hearing that, it kind of put it back in my mind. Okay, Tyler Creator is somebody I know in the past I didn't really like him that much, but maybe keep an eye out. And then there was a whole bunch of hype for IGOR, and I was like, okay. And then the trailer for IGOR thing came, and I was like, okay, this is annoying. No, I listened to before this, I listened to the music. I watched the music video for See You Again. I was like, I like the song, but the music video's kind of weird. I don't get it. But then I was like, okay, I'm still digging with it. I really like the song, and so I kept it moving. And then yeah, I saw the trailer for IGOR's theme. It was weird synth for like a whole minute. I was like, oh, he pranking me. Okay, I'm done. And then I listened to the album, and I was like, this is fantastic. And then yeah, I listened to it for maybe about 6 months, and then I listened to Flower Boy, fantastic also. But one thing I thought that was very interesting about him is when he talked about Flower Boy. I guess let me give a little bit more context. So apparently he had an album before it called Cherry Bomb, which he really loved. He had a really good time making it. He was very happy about it. He wasn't the weird, bummed out, talking about drugs and rape or whatever he was talking about, weird stuff. It was just making music, and it did terribly. And I think that had a very big effect on him, because he'll talk about how much everybody hated it. They hated that album. They hated it. And like whenever he brings it up, he talks about how much everybody hated. I don't want to speak on him, because this is just what I believe happened. It could be completely different. I'm not trying to throw shade or anything like that, but it seems like after not Flower Boy, after Cherry Bomb, I think it put a little fear in his heart to put his all into the music, not worry about what people think and just make music. I think it made him stop doing that for a minute. So because he even said with Flower Boy, he was worried about what people thought. He wanted to make cool songs to make it do well, and he said himself, he's like that Flower Boy is very tame, And he said it's not even, and he just said it wasn't even a bad thing. I don't even think that's a bad thing. I think Flower Boy was great for what it was, but I think subconsciously or maybe literally, he was afraid to put his whole heart into it. The things that he thought would be a little bit too weird, too out of the way. You know what I mean? And like he said, with this album, he said, I'm just gonna do it. He said, everything that I was afraid to do in Flower Boy, I'm just gonna do it in IGOR. And it sounds like it. It sounds like 100% him. He said it's the first album he was 100% confident about. Like, it was all him, thinking about what was cool, what was popular, what was popping, what he wanted to like. He just made his. And ironically, it made his greatest album ever, arguably. And it was, and when Spotify did their yearly drop of everybody's most popular, like Earthquake was like my most listened to song of like 2019, like no cap, like like I really love this album. It's fantastic, and I go back and listen to it all the time. And like my other most favorite albums, I have to put it away because I'm gonna ruin it for myself, and I come back to it. But yeah, I'm glad I got to come back to it for this. I definitely got to give Cherry Bomb a listen, because I'm really curious, because I've heard a couple songs. I heard the song Effin' Young. I thought that was really good, but I need to give that a listen. Flower Boy's fantastic. So IGOR was really my first real deep dive experience in the Tyler Creator. Because yeah, even when I hear his other stuff like Yonkers and stuff, I did not like that stuff. I remember I heard Yonkers once when I was a kid, when it came out, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. Like I don't know if that makes me a fake fan or what. I don't really care, but that's just how I feel. I didn't really mess with it, but yeah, IGOR, that's my type of Tyler the Creator. Grown man Tyler, because he said himself, he's like, I'm not that little kid anymore that's trying to mess with the man and make people upset and do stuff, whatever. He's not Odd Future anymore. You know what I mean? He's grown. He's grown. Is he like 20 something? He's like 20, 26. Hold up. Hey Siri. How old is Tyler the Creator? Who's Paula Creamer? I said Tyler the Creator. Paula Creamer's 33 years old, guys. I love Tyler Creator. He's great. Hey, he's almost 30. He's 29. Could you imagine if you were held responsible for what you did at 18 for the rest of your life? Like, you are a stupid kid. You didn't know. He knows now. I mean, he's still confident and abstract and does whatever it feels like, and it's kind of weird, but he's not the same dude. He's grown up. Y'all gotta let him grow up. He's changed since those days of making silly music. I wasn't into that. That was a different person, and I wasn't into that person. That just was my opinion. Other people were into it because people were like spazzy emos or whatever. Why that sounded so mean? I didn't even mean it like that. I just meant like people really vibe with this anti-establishment kind of style. I'm sorry. I made it sound like it's bad to be emo. I ain't got no problems with it. I just saying that was those are the type of kids that were into it, and like I grew up in a predominantly black area in high school, so that's also a reason why it didn't really pop off. I was in Atlanta, and trap music was going on, and yeah, dudes who liked his music back then really got on my nerves. I didn't like them. Not because of that, but just like their personality. They were just weird. Not weird in a fun way. I was weird in a fun way. Well, sometimes I was weird in a not fun way. But they were weird, like in a not fun way. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. But I'm kind of rambling at this point. But yeah, I guess to pretty much sum it all up, IGOR is a fantastic album, top to bottom. He's very vulnerable, very honest. He takes a lot of risk, and I feel like it paid off. And all I can say is I can't wait to see. Oh, and another thing he said is, I didn't even talk about it. He self-produced this entire album, so essentially everything top to bottom was his vision. And he was the first artist to go number one or something and fully self-produced, fully whatever out. Essentially, this is he top to bottom, it's all him. And he said the reason he did that and put it on the cover and make sure everybody saw it was he wants to do more things, like make movies and make scores for movies and stuff. Like, that's his vision. And like, I got some dreams in the future, and I won't spoil it now. We'll get there once it's all put into place. But I might try to, well, not might. I'm definitely gonna try to get in touch with him to write the music for my movie. I'm putting that into the universe. You gonna see it one day. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. And hope he agrees. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling at this point. Yeah, sum it up one more time. IGOR, fantastic album. Check it out. It's great. I love it. You'll love it. If you don't already love it, we've already talked about it. You have any points you want to bring up, let me know. Hit me up in the social medias. Follow me. Follow the podcast. Subscribe. Follow. Whatever. Yada, yada, yada. I love y'all. Like, no cap. Anybody listen to this, you're a real one. And I say thank you. Because you are a true friend. And are we still friends? I'm going to say yes. So, and to my friends, I say continue to tell your truth as I continue to tell my truth. Thank you.